do one more and then take a break. This is a song about a car. I like cars. The 71 through 73 Buick Rivieras were called Boattails, and they were about as long as, yeah, maybe past that wall, from that wall to that wall. Long, you know, it was 70s, wretched excess. Elvis had big, bushy Wolfman sideburns, right? Wretched excess ruled. Gas was cheap. And personal luxury cars were a brand new thing. They had about as much room in the front seat as my wife does at the table there. Ergonomics were not really invented yet. You know, they had really long trunk with not much room in, kind of handled like a waterbed. They wallowed around corners. Got horrendous gas mileage. They had a 455 engine, huge like 7.7 liter engine. But were not fast because they weighed roughly as much as this house does. But nonetheless, they were, depending on your taste, they were either butt ugly or really cool looking. They kind of came to a teardrop shape in the back, hence the name Boattail, like the old Auburn speedsters from years back. So I met a fellow one night in Johnstown where as my wife says, grown up is the wrong phrase, where I spent my childhood and many weekends afterwards, where I was raised, where I'm from, all that stuff. Anyway, I would go back every weekend while my mom was still alive, and one night I was putting gas in my motorcycle and ran into a fellow putting gas into his car on the other side of the pump. And this is the story of that. It's called Boattail Riviera. And, this was actually the first place in the Susquehanna Folk Music Society songwriting competition in 2008. Boattail Riviera. The lyrics aren't out there, Jim. Had a Boattail Riviera, was long and wide and plain, a survivor from the glory days of leaded gasoline. $4 filled the tank back then. He said, now it's 44. It was my brother's before he marched away to fight in Nixon's war. Pulls a snapshot from his wallet, shows a smiling long-haired teen in the showroom with that Buick back in 1917. My brother worked for 2 whole summers, put every cent away until he went downtown and bought it the day his notice came. Drive all night to get to where you're going. Drive all night to wash away the pain. Distance never puts the past behind you. The ghosts they're riding shotguns still remain. Said I was just a kid back then, didn't understand all the rage and animosity about the war in Vietnam. Like those snowy old TV sets, well, our world was black and white. We knew that God was on our side, listening to Cronkite. In the Pittsburgh Greyhound station, he handed me the keys and he said, start it every week or so, keep it waxed from me. It's been over 30 years now since the promise that I gave before we washed the taillights, that Greyhound rolled away. Drive all night to get to where you're going. Drive all night to wash away the pain. distance never puts the past behind you. The ghosts there riding shotgun still remain. He didn't make it back, he said. He shook his head real slow, turned the nozzle to the gas pump. That was a long, long time ago. I take it out on nice days now, and it seems it never fails. Been offered 13,000, but my memories aren't for sale. Neon lights were dancing off lacquer and the chrome, and he shook my hand and smiled and said, see you down the road. Heard his tires crunching gravel, watched the flashing of his lights reflecting off the road signs as he pulled off into the night. And he could drive all night to get to where he's going, drive all night to wash away the pain. Distance never puts the past behind you, and the ghosts there in that backseat still remain. The ghosts there in that backseat still remain.